Today, I get to experience being a customer at a Shimano Service Center. I'm going to get the new XTR upgrade drivetrain and brake kit fitted to my bike. In this video, I'll showcase the Shimano XTR M9200 series drivetrain and brake upgrade kits and explain the product's compatibility and advantages. At a Shimano Service Center, you can trust that they're going to do the job right, advise on product selection for you, and with their experience, they have all the qualifications to install it correctly. To kick things off, the XTR M9100 series is removed. The gear outer and inner are slid out of the frame, and my bike is ready for electronic shifting. You'll notice that we're keeping the cassette, chain, cranks, and chainring, as these components from the M9100 series are cross-compatible with M9200. Let's open up the XTR drivetrain upgrade kit. Inside is everything you need to convert to wireless shifting: the charger, the battery, and a quick link. Here's a brief overview of the new tech in the M9200 series drivetrain upgrade kit. Wireless shifting means no more cables and faster than ever shifting. The rear derailleur features evolved shadow and gets a wedge design. There's a new chain tension system, and there's more chain wrap to improve shift quality, and the system's been designed around the modern hanger, and the rear derailleur is now stronger than the hanger. As for the shifter, well, it retains the feel of an all too familiar shifter. Comparing the M9200 components with the M9100, it's clear to see the progression, development, and how it's been designed for the modern day mountain biker. Now for the rebuild. You can clearly see the wedge shape of the rear derailleur. This means that those impacts should slide off rather than catch, and pair that with the all-new recovery impact system, the rear derailleur is stronger than ever. The battery takes 1 hour to charge up and will last for roughly 340 kilometers of shifting. As already mentioned, drivetrain components from the M9100 series are cross-compatible with M9200. The cassette, chain, cranks, and chainring can all be used. That's not to say that the M9200 series cassette and chainring haven't evolved, because they have. On the cassette, there's new teeth profiles which give an updated Hyperglide Plus, and there's also an additional offering in the form of a 9 to 45 tooth cassette, which requires a new lock ring tool to fit. Talking of options, there's two different upgrade kits on offer: an SGS, which is what I'm installing with a longer cage designed for the 10 to 51 tooth cassette, and a GS, which is what you see here for the 9 to 45 tooth cassette. The contents of the kits are the same, just the mech has a shorter cage. The procedure and compatibility for both is identical, just they work with different ratios. Your Shimano Service Center will be able to talk you through these options, the differences, and also check your crossover components for wear to ensure you're getting maximum shift quality. The shifter comes in two different offerings: an iSpec EV, which is compatible with all Shimano brakes and gives maximum adjustment, and also a band clamp. The M9200 series shifter looks like an all too familiar shifter. It's very intuitive. You still push through with your thumb to activate it. It's got a mechanical feel and clicks. Now there's an even bigger range of adjustment to suit every rider. iSpec EV carries over from the M9100 series, and add to that you can now switch, swivel, and spread the pedals to maximize ergonomics and get rider setup dialed. A fun little fact is that you can have 4 shifters paired to any one derailleur. Now it's time to fit the battery. Remove the cover by sliding the clasp and pulling back, insert the battery, and then replace the cover. The battery is well protected from the elements, and a full green LED like this means you have between 50 and 100% of charge. Connecting the shifter and rear derailleur couldn't be much easier. Press both shifter buttons. The LED on the rear derailleur will turn blue. Release the shifter. Press both shifter buttons again. The LED on the rear derailleur will flash blue. Again, release the shifter.
push the function button on the rear derailleur for half a second. The LED will flash green and the system is paired. Adjusting the mech is not too dissimilar a procedure to the M9100 series. First, we set the B tension, aligning the marking to the cassette. Then adjust the limit screws, the low limit first, followed by the high limit. Now we have to shift the rear derailleur into gear 5 and put the system into adjustment mode. There's two options to do this, either pressing and holding the A button on the shifter or the function button on the rear derailleur for between 2 and 5 seconds. Micro adjust inward using Shift Switch X until a subtle noise from the chain hitting the 4th sprocket on the cassette is heard, then micro adjust using Shift Switch Y outward 5 times. Switch the system back into normal mode, and this process serves as a target position for adjustment. The gears can be further tuned using the Shimano eTube app. It allows for complete customization of the system to suit the bike it is fitted to and also rider preferences. This shift speed can be increased or decreased to suit. You can swap around the shifter paddle actuation and also customize what the A button operates. Now with everything fitted and adjusted, here's a reminder of key performance upgrades of the M9200 drivetrain kit. The Shimano wireless protocol gives faster and smoother shifting than ever before, ease of actuation for shifting no matter the time or conditions, ergonomics designed to suit every shape and size of rider, and aesthetically, there's now no more cables for a clean cockpit. So to wrap this up, the M9100 series drivetrain components can be mixed with M9200, so you can readily upgrade to the fastest possible shifting. Now, let's move on to the brakes. For this bike, I've gone for the M9220 brakes. They're a 4-piston brake with maximum power for trail and enduro riding. Inside the upgrade kit, you'll find a pair of levers which have been completely redesigned. The calipers with a brake hose and brake pads fitted, and also a different set of brake pads, plus the new low viscosity mineral oil. Here's a brief overview of the tech featured in the XTR M9220 brake. Evolved ergonomics give a more natural feel with the lever blade having 5 degrees upsweep. The pivot point has been moved closer by 5mm, improving the arc and making for easier activation. A low viscosity mineral oil has been introduced to give more consistent braking results regardless of temperature differences. There's also a 2-piston M9200 brake upgrade kit designed for cross-country. This upgrade kit features the same products just with different components to suit. The M9200 brake has carbon brake levers, a 1-piece machine caliper, and also benefits from the low viscosity mineral oil. First things first, dismantle and remove the M9120 brakes. It is worth mentioning at this point that the low viscosity mineral oil is not cross-compatible, as the seals on the M9200 series brakes have been redesigned to suit it. Now to fit the rear caliper. What you can't see is that there are new resin pistons. You might notice a brake pad. The shape and size has changed, and there's now an ovalized hole for the brake pad pin that has been designed to reduce rattle, and the entire caliper is machined from a single piece of aluminium. Brake hose routed, it's time to remove the M9120 lever and fit the M9220. Here, there's a lot of upgrades. The brake line moves and brings the hose closer to the handlebar, aesthetically helping clean up the cockpit. There's a new reach adjustment, and the dial allows for perfecting the position of the lever to be found. The lever piston is now a pulling piston rather than a pushing piston on the M9120. All of these combined upgrades through the brake redesign offer the rider more power and control. Now we're removing the front M9120 brake. You'll notice we're keeping the rotors as these are cross-compatible. With everything fitted, the brake hose is sized and then cut. The connector is pressed in. The brake hose is fitted to the lever, and the shifter is reattached using the iSpec EV mounting system. Next, the entire system gets a bleed. And from a service standpoint, the M9220 brake is easier to bleed than ever, as the caliper features a new bleed port location and now uses a 3mm Allen key to open and close it. This new lighter color of orange mineral oil is Shimano's low viscosity mineral oil, and it is used to help give consistent braking regardless of temperature changes. It's not just lighter in color, but in feel too, and it is, as you'd expect, a lower viscosity oil. The same bleed process is then followed for the front brake. The brake gets an entire flush through, and then the lever is pumped whilst moving the bar around to further eliminate any small bubbles. Everything is cleaned down and the brake pads are refitted. I've chosen to stick with metal as I prefer the feel and characteristics of their high and consistent power regardless of conditions. That being said, since I have them, maybe I'll experiment with testing resin pads. This is something that your Shimano Service Center can advise on, depending on your riding style and the terrain you ride in. Here's a brief overview of the tech featured in the new XTR M9220 brakes. Improved ergonomics at the lever give better control through easier activation, and thus with the new mineral oil and improved brake pad design supply more power and consistent braking no matter the conditions or trail you're riding.
Got new XTR gears,
Looks amazing.
new cables.
The benefit of using a Shimano Service Center is that they'll be able to run you through the entire product, highlight the key features and bring you up to speed with it. They can also help adjust, set up and advise on how to get the very best from the product. There is so much adjustability in these components, and with the help of someone like Nash, you can really get them dialed in to suit you. I fine-tune everything to maximize its potential. From lever position to shifter paddle placing, I like everything to be just perfect, so when you need it, you're not moving far and I'm focusing on what's in front.
Thank you, man.
The advantage of these upgrade kits is that to upgrade to wireless shifting and get the benefits of the XTR M9200 series, you don't have to fully upgrade everything. They are designed to give maximum performance in an easy to fit package that you can adapt to your build. In case you didn't know, the R in XTR stands for racing. So I should also mention that the upgrade kits will be available in a range of different product offerings, starting at DEORE level for drivetrain and an XT for both drivetrain and brakes. The technologies and developments discussed and shown here trickle down into these series, so riders can upgrade how best suits their budget and style. From a marginal gains standpoint, all these incremental gains add up, and they allow the rider to keep on pushing and progressing. The updated ergonomics give a more controlled ride, and the technologies combined help maximize performance. The brakes feel consistent and deliver the right amount of power when it's needed. The shift speed and ease of actuation is insanely fast, and as a result, I've found myself shifting more just because I can.